Hit it. Oh, how you feel, brother?
Feeling good.
You feel good?
Feeling good.
There's so much bone, brother. How you feel, man?
I feel all right.
I call your name. I don't want no people to know you're in here. How you feel, fella? Hey, jam. Sure getting down. We gotta take you higher. Ow. All right. You wanna do it again? You wanna do it again, huh?
Yeah, let's go on back.
We gotta take you higher.
Power Lunch with Sherita J. If we could get more people to collaborate with our nonprofits, we could be bringing a lot more programs back to our schools, because there's grants where there's been a music program or an arts program or fine language program cut. There's grants where individuals could bring those programs into the schools and collaborate. So that's why I never shut up about this. C360. That stands for Collaborative 360, and that's where we've launched a program where we are identifying the grant funders and writing the grants for our affiliates. That can even be you if you're not already a part of C360. And you know, Kim, again, I'm always touching on where there's grants. Even when you're doing your show, because you're touching on self-esteem, leadership skills, fighting obesity or whatever, you could be taking that into schools, and grants could cover it when you do that. There's a picture with you with Oprah. You did something on the O Network.
I did a game show on the Oprah Winfrey Network. I was a co-host of a show called Are You Normal America? And by the way, we are not normal.
You got that entire experience. I mean, how many people can say that?
It was great, and you can feel her energy. She has a power, a beautiful, quiet power that is actually, you know, rooted in this and how much she gives. It helps people to live again, hope again, and dream again.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that. Thank you, Jean.
Speak myself and Rita here. You want to get your charity to full tank? Man, does this woman deliver. She gets your charity to full tank.
Wow. Wow. Okay. I always talk to people about operating in their passion, and if you're in your passion every day, how much more rewarding that's going to be, and easier for you to wake up even on days when it's not easy. Again, this is Sherita J, and I am happy to be bringing you our show. Hi, this is Sherita, and I am here with Sherita J at Drive Time. Why is it Drive Time? Because here in Los Angeles, it is 5 p.m. to 6 p.m., and that is Drive Time. We've got people in traffic. I'm telling you, I just came in from that traffic. And so I'm hoping that you're tuning in to make your drive just a whole lot better. As you can see, I've got a studio full of folks today. I'm so excited. I will be 55 on this Saturday, and I'm excited. I'm honored. I am truly, truly honored to have, okay, I wasn't going to do this. I'm so excited because I'm honored that family flew in town for my birthday. I've got my very best friend Barb, who's been my best friend, my buddy, since I was 4 years old. She flew in from Topeka, Kansas. I have my cousin Carla here. You know what? Carla was actually married to my first cousin Rick, but we don't even acknowledge that because she's so close in our family. She is my cousin, and she can't even deny it. I have my brother here, Sonny, and he's here in the studio with me. He actually lives here in Los Angeles. My cousin Daryl is right here. Can you see Daryl? Yeah, he's right there. My grandson, Artis. My granddaughter is on her way. My son, Crucio, is on his way. My daughter-in-law, Charlie, is on her way. You guys, I am just so honored. How is it that so often, family, we don't get together? We've got to start acknowledging, not only just on birthdays, but acknowledging our family and showing the love that is there. This is going to be an absolutely fun, absolutely amazing show, because what do I always talk about? What do I always say, you guys? What do I always say? There's a grant for that. Well, yes, there's a grant for your family. There's a grant for you to start your family foundation and make a difference in your community. There is a grant to support all of what your family may love, whether it's driving trucks, collecting rocks, sewing. If you love it, there's an opportunity for you to be operating in your passion every single day. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about who are my family members, what are they doing, and how can they get a grant for what they do. So if you're interested in calling in, talking about what your family does, what would you like to do, even if you want to call in and say happy birthday to me, you can call in at 323-965-1600, 323-965-1600. I hope we got the phones going right, because last time we didn't realize that they were actually on hold, and we missed you callers. So again, if you would like to call in, it's 323-965-1600. Is that video available that I really wanted to play today? Can we play that? Yeah. You guys, I want you to hear something. I have loved this forever, and today it is so appropriate. And my two engineers that are here with me, they're getting ready to play it now, and it's dedicated to this.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see.
This is my uncle.
That's my Lisa.
It's a family affair.
Now sing the song with us.
It's a family affair. It's a family affair. Check it, Uncle Phil.
One child grows up to be somebody that just loves to learn, and the other child grows up to be somebody you just love to burn. Mom loves the both of them. You see, it's in the blood. Both kids are good to mama. Blood's thicker than the mud. It's a family affair.
It's a family affair. Ooh, it's a family
Newlywed a year ago, and you still checking each other out. Nobody wants to blow, and ain't nobody wanna be left out. You can't leave 'cause your heart is there, and you can't stay 'cause you've been somewhere else. And you can't cry 'cause you look broke down, but you're crying anyway 'cause you are broke down. It's a family affair. 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 It's a family affair.
We're partying here in the studio. But we're not done yet. Daryl, can you take it to us?
It's a family affair. It's a family affair. It's a family affair. Yes, it is. It's a family affair.
You guys, I wanted to do that because earlier in the week I sent out a hint that, do you know the voice behind Robert Townsend in the movie, in the epic movie, The Five Heartbeats? The Five Heartbeats. And that was my cousin Daryl. And we're going to find that video and play it to you in a little bit. But it is just amazing. Look, my studio manager, he's looking at me as if, Sherita, why don't you send me this before, the day before, like I keep asking you. But also, if you would like to see it, you can go to my Facebook at Sherita Herring, and you will see the video, because it is truly amazing, because his voice is just that. Daryl, tell us who are some of the people that you have been sang with, and your exposure in the entertainment industry.
Man. First of all, thank you for having me on your show with all of my family. It's just off the chain.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say happy. Did you tell anybody how old you were?
55.
Happy 55th to you coming up, and so we just thank you and thank God for you. But hey, man, look, I have been through so many things. I worked tirelessly when I first moved to Los Angeles. First of all, I lived with my
Our
man
cousin
here.
Roscoe.
Yeah, but from there, I started out as a featured dancer for Disneyland. And in college, and that's when I met Elton John. And so the way it was situated, I went on and done some background work from Elton John. I did a song on his thing called The Fox. Some background work with him, Fox and Fascist Faces. And then from there, what did I do, Roscoe? I went and started singing with James Cleveland.
Okay.
As a Cleveland singer, gospel has always been my roots. But in college, I tried to venture out and to do some things to get out, Broadway and all that kind of stuff. And so I was doing some secular stuff as well. But then the Lord allowed me to be with James Cleveland and the Cleveland Singers, which had done like that. I did the first vocal track on Stanley Turrentine's album, Home Again. This was about 1979. The name of the song was produced by Chuck Jackson and Tony Coleman, and Knew It Can Happen. Then from there, I went with Robert Townsend and the Five Heartbeats and the Blues Brothers, and man, God, see, I'm 54.
well, you've done so much, and I'm very proud of you, so I wanted them to know who was in the studio. And then right here next to me is my girl Barb, and again, like I said, Barb and I go all the way back to when I was 4 and she was 8. She's 4 years. She's 4 years older than me. So if I'm 55, that means she's 55. No, we're less than a year apart, actually. I was 4, you were 5. Yeah. And Barb and I have been friends. I mean, we didn't even truly, when I've said this to people, I didn't know what racism was. Barb's family took me in, and I went to all their family stuff. She came to my family stuff, but Barb is an amazing teacher in Topeka, Kansas, and she's hopefully going to join me in Chicago. I'm going to be teaching at Chicago State on the 13th and 14th, STEM, teaching about STEM grants. And Barb, what do you teach? Tell them about what you teach and how long you've been teaching.
Well, I've been a science teacher for over 30 years, but right now I'm an instructional coach at an inner city school in Topeka, Kansas, and I am teaching a physics class this semester.
Okay. Now you guys see people walking in. That's actually my son Crucial, my daughter-in-law Charlie, and my granddaughter Serenity. Serenity, wave your hand. Say hi. And again, it's just so wonderful I feel like I'm in a cocoon of love, and it just could not have been a start of a better start for a birthday. So Barb, I was pulling some stuff for both of you. I didn't realize that I was going to have all of my family here too, and so I started pulling some information. And Barb, you received an award. Let's see. I want to talk. Oh, what did I do? What did I do? There was an award, and I know, let's see, it was an award the Learning Forward Kansas Awards. You're like, what? Right?
It was for professional development.
Yeah, technical curriculum director. And so I pulled that. I was going to surprise you guys and have all these pictures from when we were little and have them put it up on the screen, but then I didn't want Rock to get mad at me that I didn't send it in time. Carla, what have you been doing? You do a lot of stuff with Harley Davidson. So
yeah, we do an event called National Bikers Roundup. It's a motorcycle rally that we host in a different state every year, and Harley Davidson is one of our supporters.
Yeah, and it is off the chain.
People from all
People all over everywhere that attend, and we go to a different state every year.
Every
We
year.
host anywhere from 15 to 30,000 people.
Outstanding.
Yes.
And so where was the last one held?
We were in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Okay. Now, the good thing about that, you guys, is that when you host an event, if you're just on Google right now, I'm going to type that in myself. Go and conduct a Google search. I always search in Google because that's where I get my best results. And if you type in grants, tourism, grants, tourism, look at what comes up. Let's see, grants for Virginia Tourism Corporation, grants, Oregon Tourism Commission. Let's see, tourism grants, Georgia Tourism Industry Portal. There are grants for you to put on major events in cities. Why is that? Because when people come to those cities, what else do?
They spend money.
They spend money. Where do they spend money?
Hotels, gas stations, restaurants.
Exactly.
They're spending money. yes.
Exactly. So when you are putting on large events in your cities, you want to also start looking at dollars that are there for grants for tourism, because there are major dollars for you to put on events in your cities to bring in acts, to get venues, all of that, because there's such a greater return for your city. Now, let's see, Roscoe. You recently, you and I recently, you're from, all of us from some kind of way are from Arkansas. You just purchased some land in Arkansas. Tell me about that.
I purchased land in 1992.
92, okay. And how many acres?
80 acres.
80 acres. Are you, and there's a lot of good things going on with that land right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks to President Barack Obama, he's now drilling for natural gas in Arkansas.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so he's saying that thanks to President Barack Obama, they're drilling for natural gas on his land.
Absolutely.
Now, can he get a grant for that? Well, absolutely. See, often what I like to do is I like to talk to families about using what it is that you're doing, whether it's your land, whether it's your passions or whatever. Roscoe actually could have, whether he's working under our family's foundation, which let me stop right there. If you want to go and look at our family foundation that we started under in the name of my mom and dad, you can go to RCLG Foundation. That's R as in Robert, C as in Charlie, G as in go, and, well, RCLG, that's L, let me stop. RCLG Foundation, R as in Robert, C as in Charlie, L as in Larry, G as in go, foundation.org. Go and look at that. Now, that's what we named after our mom and dad, but I want to talk to you about how you can develop your own family foundation. So Roscoe and I are cousins because he is my second cousin. He my mom's mother and his father are brother and sister. And so he now has land down in Arkansas, close to where all of our family was, I'm imagining.
Yes.
And Roscoe could have, whether he does it under the RCLG Foundation or he could have the Roscoe Kennedy International Foundation or, Empowerment Foundation. And 100 years from now, his great-great-granddaughter could be running this foundation. But why am I saying that? Well, for one, so that he doesn't have to worry about it getting ate up in taxes if there's a lot of taxes involved, which it probably is. If he had a family foundation, he can donate to his own family foundation, which creates a major write-off for him. And at the same time, whether he's there or anyone that may want to have a community gardening project, or there may be some farmers or low-income individuals that would like to work a portion of his land, he can now have that available for community, and grants could cover the cost to help take care of the land and keep it it healthy. There's so many opportunities and other things that he can do with the land that could also help the individuals that are living around the land. So Roscoe, I'm not sure what you might want to do, but I'd like to talk to you more about some opportunities that you could do with the Roscoe Pico Train Foundation. So my brother Sonny, did he sneak out?
He ran out.
He knew it. He knew it. My
ran.
brother is an absolutely phenomenal. He can do anything with his hands, and not just with women. Not just with women. Come on in here. Come on in here. Don't be doing that. Anyway, my brother, I mean, he could take, he's a MacGyver. He could take some tape and some sticks and build a home, you know, all of that. And I tell him, you don't have to work for anyone else. And so we were even saying, and he named it, he was going to call it Honeydew. And what is Honeydew? How often are people in the home, you got men in the house or whatever, and they say, honey, can you do this? Honey, can you do that? Well, what about those individuals, those single moms or seniors or the disabled, that they don't have someone in the house where they can say, honey, can you do this? Well, he could have a program where he goes in, repairs, whether it's simple repairs, fixing a toilet, a door, a gate, a window, whatever. Or he could even have and expand out and have other individuals where he's training them on rehabbing and construction and electrical and plumbing, and it would be his entire business operating as a nonprofit. Why is that? Yes, there's a grant for that. And why is that? No matter what your business, if you are providing a service that's answering a need for individuals that need your assistance, but they just can't afford it, there's opportunities for that program to do that. And so you guys, you were introduced to my brother earlier, but he knew I was going to do this, and he snuck out of here. He's going to do it one day, I promise you, and he can do that program up under our family foundation.
There's a grant for that.
Okay. Let's see. Miss Charlie, we have been talking about doing some things. This is my daughter-in-law back here, Miss Charlie Marie, if you want to see her on Facebook. Tell us some of the things that you would like to do, or some things that you may want to share.
Most importantly,
Am I hiding you? Lean over.
Okay. For our kids, get our kids more involved in art programs and just becoming more active, so they'll have a voice in our community.
Yeah.
Once they get at that age and that point.
So you guys were recently, because Michael posted some pictures where you guys were downtown on Skid Row.
Festival.
What was it?
It's a Skid Row Arts Festival. They do it every year, so they bring different artists, from musicians to just an art table, just for people to get out and show their art and you know, music and everything. And one of the artists here, your son.
Yeah, matter of fact, I'm hoping that I can find it here. He just did some body art on someone, and it literally looks like she has on a shirt, but the only thing she actually has on this clothing was her thong, and everything that's on her is actually paint. And is that on?
I was gonna say find it.
Yeah, find it. Is it possible to show them Facebook? Or no? Is that possible? I guess you say, Sherita, will you stop? Will you stop? A couple of people have said happy birthday on Facebook, and I'm thankful. Let's see. And Mr. Haywood, he also liked my page. My Auntie Carolyn Green and Haywood Galbraith, Golden Eagle Galbraith, and Arshana Gupta. So thank you, you guys. Let's see. And Tony Stork. Thank you. I want to show the Facebook because my son, who is back here with my granddaughter, come up here, Miss Tata. My granddaughter, her name is, come up here. And then Ortiz, I want you to scoot back over so they can see you. Are you too low? Can they see you? Let me stop, because I do that a lot. Come sit up here, my dear. Ooh. Okay. Now, this is Serenity. Can you spell your name?
Yes.
How do you spell it?
S-E-I-N-Y.
Oh, yes, you did good, yes. Her name is Serenity, but I call her Tata. And this is my grandson, Artiste, and I call him Stir. But back here is my son, Crucial. And the reason why I'm wanting to go to Facebook is he's an amazing artist, and of course there's a grant for that. And if you go to on his Facebook, you can see a lot of his artwork. Crucial Herring, I would like for you to tell them what are some of the things that you recently accomplished, like the electrical boxes and things like that.
Yeah, I have a beautification project going on downtown on Skid Row, to where one thing we found out, if you uplift your area, people start to treat it different when they come in. The problem we're having on Skid Row are people coming to Skid Row and they're wanting to give back and they're wanting to have their party, but they're not cleaning up after their parties, and it leaves the area looking a certain way. So we start to try to take initiative of that area so people know once they come to, you know, take their party with them. So
Crucial Herring.
CRUSHOW. Herring, HERRING.
Herring.
Yes.
RRING.
Do you see yourself on the screen? You see yourself
I
right there?
know.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that I would like to point out is so often, you know, people talk about how Skid Row is so trashy and how it looks, but I'd like for people to think about how often do you see the homeless bringing in trash where they live? The thing is that so many people come to Skid Row, they dump there. There's people bring bags of trash and dump it, drop off furniture, you know, dump furniture, that kind of thing. And so someone has to clean that up. And my son and OG and the brigade, they've been very active in keeping Skid Row, which is a community, clean. And so, but with that, they've done the beautification projects. And so when you're driving down there, when you see someone like Malcolm X and who are some of the others that you've put on the box and others?
We have Mobia Abu Jamal, who was an activist back in the 70s, who was arrested late 70s, early 80s, who's still incarcerated right now. We haven't done, I did a project where I have kids come in from different areas. We had some kids coming from Texas, and we did a box, but it's just some powerful words for people to actually see. Encouragement, words of encouragement, but it's a tree where the kids actually designed the box themselves. I don't actually have the picture of the body painting up on.
Oh, it's not on your, it's on your Instagram. I didn't know. But if you scroll, there's some others. If not, I'm sorry that I keep putting you on the spot like that, Rock. But Rock, you are just so wonderful. And if you guys are just looking for an amazing guy that you did, you also, do you DJ? Don't you DJ? Rock, where can they go and find out who you are?
You can go on my Facebook page at Rock Magnum or DJ Rock.
DJ Rock or Rock Magnum.
Or Rock at KJLHradio.com.
Or rock at KJLH.com. That's who's sitting here controlling this board. You guys don't see him, but he does amazing, and he deals with me even though I do a lot of this last-minute stuff. Now, what I also wanted to talk about, again, everything that I'm mentioning, from the artwork downtown, to Barb with her STEM projects, to Carla and working with Harley Davidson, Daryl and singing and the arts, Miss Charlie back here working with Skid Row also, but also what she didn't tell you is we're planning on also Charlie and some of the other young ladies going into schools and talking to our young women about self-esteem, leadership skills, which will also help with teen pregnancy prevention, substance abuse prevention, and it helps with bullying prevention and just all of that. And so the reason, again, that I'm bringing all this up is there are some wonderful people in your families. There are individuals that have ideas that never thought that they could be programs and fundable by grants. So if you haven't thought about that, then I'm hoping to be giving you some ideas today. Now, so often people say, well, Sherita, I hear that nonprofit can't make a profit. That's what the entire show was about last week, because the NFL is a nonprofit, the PGA is a nonprofit, the National Hockey League is a nonprofit, and there are so many other organizations that make millions annually. And if you didn't know, I hope you know now that nonprofit is not only lucrative and making a difference in our communities economically, but also it can support you, your family, and 100 years from now, 200 years from now, again, it can still be supporting the individuals that are putting your causes still out on the forefront. So if you, and please don't wait until after this show to email me the way so many of you do, because you don't want to be on the air. Please don't do that to me. So again, if you have a project in mind, you can just do a Google search, type in Google, grants, and whatever the program and service is, even if it's a barber shop. My brother in Kansas City, Missouri, has been barbering for over 20 years, but he also has been diligently cutting the hair of foster youth, cutting costs if he's working with seniors, and he didn't realize that also that could be a program. He's also been mentoring those young men, and so Pete, if you're not doing it yet, you should start working more with the Family Foundation that's operating there out of Kansas City, Missouri. My sister, Ramona Christine Kelly, she has been teaching praise dance for approximately 20 years. She's gone all over the world. Daryl Conway, who is sitting here, also is an amazing choreographer when it comes to dance. And so when you go to our Family Foundation's website, and again, I don't know if you can go to the site there, my dear. If you can go to rclgfoundation.org. That's rclgfoundation.org.
Gotta have some candy, Sherita.
Wait a minute. Wait. You know what? So that if you guys hear this noise, you'll know. My family, they are nuts for candy. And Carla, her bag was overflowing. I mean, it probably went over the limit with her coming in on Southwest because she brings in so much candy. And they were in the car and they were having a fit about all this candy. So, what are those? This right here.
I'll save you a couple.
Nico. Yeah. They are crazy about candy. Is there a grant for candy?
There's a grant for that.
Well, there's a grant for candy. There's grants for cookies. Do you know that the collaboration with me even saying cookies, the Girl Scouts? All of you know about Girl Scouts. Well, they're a nonprofit, but who bakes those cookies? Like, I love Thin Mints. I didn't even think about where the cookies come from. That's a for-profit company that they're collaborating with so that they can get all of those cookies baked and then come and sell them, because that's what helps to support the Girl Scouts. Now, when it comes to candy, let's say, now, where are these candies made? Probably out of the country, right? But do you know that if you're bringing manufacturing back into the United States, and especially in an area where there's a need for jobs, need for to bring employment and just revenue back into an area, there are grants for that. Matter of fact, Rodney Shepard, who, God rest his soul, just recently passed away, he received a $14 million grant for a project to develop out of Watts, California, to bring back manufacturing. Well, making candy brings manufacturing. This is manufactured somewhere. So if you're bringing manufacturing back to an area, there's a grant for that. So it doesn't matter. You cannot stump me when it comes to finding grants and what you can do with them. Okay? Let's see. I want to leave this page. And I was talking about going to our Family Foundation. Now, I mentioned my sister and praise dance. If you click on programs, not only do we have a dance program under our Family Foundation, she also has a puppet ministry. My brother-in-law mentors young men, and you can see that all on the website under programs and services. So what is your family doing? What is it that you're sitting on? What are the ideas that you would like to do and you have no idea how to do that? Check out our Family Foundation site at rclgfoundation.org. Now, something that you like it? What are you eating?
I'm eating the Nickels, but he don't like the black ones.
Oh.
I love the
they probably take like the black licorice, huh? Oh, I don't like that. I don't even see how they make money with those black licorice. I hate those. People like it.
They are delicious.
They taste like cough syrup to me.
Listen, they specifically make black.
Hey, we're talking about real important stuff. We're talking about
castor oil.
Who likes castor oil? Daryl. Our grandmother used to have this remedy, and she would give us castor oil. Man, I'm telling you, I hated it, but we would get well with that, right?
You ain't had no remedies until you have coal oil and sugar.
Coal oil and sugar. I remember that, but what would she give us that?
She take a spoon for coal.
And you take a match and put underneath
and put a match underneath.
That's not the same thing I'm talking about.
And then it would ignite.
That's the
and you have to take that. Then when you take it, you wrap your head up with tansy. Tansy is this little thing.
And it had to be with a pure white sheet.
Tansy and sassafras. Put that thing, put it around your neck. And you talking about stinking.
It stinks.
Right. She wasn't done. Then she takes a sweet oil that you put in your ear.
Yes.
Take sweet oil, rub it in the soft of your feet. Wrap your feet up and sit them inside the oven.
In the oven. I forgot about that.
And so be back in school the next day.
By the time you had the coal oil and turpentine and sugar and that tansy around your neck and the head, and then put your feet in that oven.
You sweated everything
You
out.
sweated everything
Now
out.
today somebody would get her for child abuse, trying to poison your kids.
That's right.
Because when we were growing up, how many of us ate Vic Salve, and on the bottle it says poisonous and do not ingest.
Listen.
But we ate that Vic Salve.
And we were up in school.
You'd be back in school the next day.
Up in school the next day.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Well, you know there's a grant for that.
That's a grant for that.
Actually, if you go to Google, let's just go there, Google, and I will type in, because when you're talking about what families do and you're talking about old remedies, for one, that's health and wellness. That is health and wellness. So if you type in grants, comma, health and wellness.
Stay away from the house. I wouldn't want none of that crap. Being sick, I don't go over there.
And look at the funding that is available for health and wellness. Now, in addition to that, do you know that there are dollars for just talking about your history or your family
tree?
Not your family tree, your heritage, your lineage. There's grants for that. And matter of fact, my grandfather had a remedy, and he wasn't supposed to tell me. He was supposed to tell the oldest boy coming in line. And son, I don't know if he ever told you, but my youngest my youngest son, when he was born, he had what was called, my mom said, that boy got crooks. And I'm like, what? Well, Jermaine, when he was probably, after he turned about 2 months, when he was sleeping, he would just say, and he might sleep a moment, and and I'm like, what is going on? And so I called Mom, and I said, Mom, listen to this. And I put the phone there. She came out, and she said, that boy got crooks. And I'm like, crooks? And she said, Daddy needs to come out. And I said, well, why don't I take him down to Big Mama's? And she said, no, he needs to come to where this boy sleeps. And he came out to my house. He moved all the furniture to the middle of the room, their bedroom. And he took my son. I couldn't be in the room. Nobody could be in the room. All I know is he went to every corner of the room. He held him upside down and held him by his feet and had his hand, his butt, so that he was supported, and went in every corner of that room and said something. And you guys, now I think he just scared the crap out of it. But he never did that again. He never did it again. And I kept asking, what did he say? What did he do? And Mom said that Papa couldn't tell me. He had to tell the oldest boy, grandchild in the family. And what is going on, you guys, is that we are letting our families, our older ancestors, the older of our families die, and we are not holding on to these. And so there are grants to just talk about old remedies, to preserve our cultures, our heritage, because even if we don't do it, it's still good to know. It's great to it's great to just know those and tell those stories. Well, there's a grant for that. If we just started gathering all of the stories that are in our families, do you know that there's a grant to produce those books, and the dollars that in selling the books could go right back into the Family Foundation and cover that? Now, I don't know if that camera can see that, but my brother's back in here, and he was trying to hide.
Oh, look at him. He's ready
don't
to
you come
leave."
in.
We don't lock him
That's
in.
my brother Sonny over there.
We don't lock him in.
And you know, I just wanted you guys to see him. Remember, he has a program, and we're going to make him start it. It's called Honeydew. And if you send me an email, if you need some repairs done, we're going to make him get out there and do some things. Because the thing is that he does the work for someone else, and you know, it's like he feels like he can't run his own business, but we're gonna change that. So again, I'm so excited to have my family here, and I'm trying to see. Artis, what is it that you love to do? This is my grandson. How old are you?
8.
8 years old. When will you be 9?
January 9th.
January 9th. So what do you like to do?
Skateboard.
Skateboard. There's a grant for that.
There's a grant for that.
Yes, there's a grant for that. Matter of fact, if you love skateboarding, without a doubt, there's someone else that does too. If you like working with young people, start a program on Saturday mornings teaching skateboarding. Do you know, let me show you something. Who used to say that, you guys? Let me show you something. Fire Marshal Bill. Okay, grants, comma, Tony Hawk.
No. No, he was
You go to the Tony Hawk Foundation. Tony Hawk is a world-renowned skateboarder. He builds skate parks all over the United States. Yes, ma'am. You're cold. Well, let me just put my arms around you. So if you go and look at the Tony Hawk Foundation, there are dollars for you to get grants for skate parks and all. Do you want it on the front or around your shoulders or what? You good? Would say, Gam, don't cover up my face. And so there's a grant for blankets. There's a grant for blankets. Yes, there is. Did you know that even if you want to make blankets, the grants could even cover, let's say that you love crocheting, knitting or something, or your mom does, and she's sitting at home, she's retired, but she's lonely, she's calling you every day because she doesn't have anything else to do, but she could actually take that into senior facilities or even start an after-school program and teaching knitting and all of that. Well, you could be making these beautiful blankets and giving them to hospitals, to cancer facilities for children, whatever. And let's say if you take that into a senior facility, then now not only can you get dollars for the arts, but seniors are living 25% longer, but they are also one of the fastest growing suicide rates. So if you love knitting and you're sitting at home, do you know that they could be paying you a salary, covering all of your materials, and you can go into a senior facility, and now not only can you get grants for the arts, but you can get grants for seniors as far as dementia and Alzheimer's and loneliness, combating loneliness and depression, improve communication skills, all of that for making a blanket. So
what you're saying is anything that gives that attributes to the community.
Yes.
The health and wellness of seniors.
Yes.
The education and promotion for children.
Yes.
Alzheimer's and stuff like that, and property. All of that. There are grants that you could actually get that will sustain you for the rest of your life.
Yes, it is. Because if you have a passion for something, no matter what it is, someone else has a passion for that too. So you can get them involved in some kind of way, and no matter what it is that you're doing, if you are impacting someone's life in any kind of way, there's grants for that.
That's like the uniqueness of his shoes, Honey's shoes and the jackets.
Yes.
And
him doing the artwork on those?
The belts and all that kind of stuff, doing the artwork. There's a grant for that because he can actually show young men how to do the trade.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly. Matter of fact, he's going to be starting a program at my grandson's school.
Okay.
It's going to be an after-school program, and it's the artwork that he does on shoes and that kind of thing, he's going to do it as a program at the school.
Exciting.
Yes. And even if you have a restaurant, do you know if you have a restaurant that it can actually also have a nonprofit component? Do you know that you could be teaching culinary arts in that kitchen? A lot of young people or individuals even may want to change careers. Excuse me, so you can have your full-time staff or 2 or 3 staff or however many you need, and you can have a culinary arts program operating out of that kitchen. You can even have a waiter-waitress training program. So,
Sorry, Charlie has one of the hats that you made.
Ah, yes, yes, yes.
Can't take it off, but
You guys, when I was down sick recently, I was laid up on the couch for approximately 2 weeks, and I used to crochet, and I took up crocheting again. I have not crocheted since the 8th or 9th grade, and so I made these hats, and my daughter-in-law has on one, and we're going to actually start making that into a program. The proceeds can go back into the foundation, but yes, there is a grant for that. And so, again, I want to thank you guys for just letting me and my family entertain you, and I want to thank my family and my buddy and everybody for coming here and being with me, because this is exciting. It's very exciting for me. And for those of you that are saying things on Facebook, Miss Chela Diaz, thank you so much. I'm going to say thank you back at you. Let's see, how do I do that? And now, any questions with my family? Do you have any questions? Barb, you're doing things in your school.
Mm-hmm.
And what are you doing right now at your school that could possibly need some funding?
One thing that we just, the principal and I headed up is we took each class, freshman, sophomore, junior, and seniors, and we made had them make their own graduation caps, and then we took them in the gym and took class pictures, and we blew them up, and they're posted throughout the school, so people they can walk around and they can identify themselves as graduating, because now they can actually envision themselves completing school and completing it on time, because they're sitting around the people that are in their classes now, so that helps motivate them to continue on in school.
Now, Barb, you're working at a school where you've been now for 2 years. Prior to that, you were at another school for what? How many years?
About 29.
About 29 years. What is the difference between the two schools?
Well, one was rural.
Rural?
And the other one is urban. And the rural school was very small. And we might have like 20 graduates in a class. And we used to go on senior trips to Florida, California. We came to visit you one time.
Yes, yes. That was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah.
And then now we have 800 students within 4 grades, so the classes are at least 200 students each.
Yeah, yeah. And now the school where you were in Burlingame what was the ethnicity predominantly?
99% Caucasian.
Okay, and the school where you are now, what is the ethnicity?
99. We had one.
Yeah.
We had one family actually, and he was mixed.
Yeah. So now,
being in a Topeka Public Schools, where the Brown versus the School Board of Education case, landmark case, originated, they tried to keep the schools racially balanced, especially the high school. So now I'm working in a population that is probably a third African American, a third Hispanic, and a third Caucasian.
Now, so Barb, when you were talking about like going different projects to encourage them to graduate, help them to graduate, that kind of thing, there's so much money to help with that, because when you're dealing with individuals, especially in our inner city, I was really amazed how many kids don't expect to graduate. They don't even expect themselves to graduate or to go to college. So when you're making a difference in their life and you're giving them more opportunities and more hope for higher education, there's funding for that. But also, anytime when you're looking at dollars, not only can you get funding for the higher education or scholarships, but also what are the issues that you're addressing? So it could be gang prevention, it could be substance abuse prevention, the breakup of families or whatever, child abuse, whatever. So there's dollars for that. But then what are the outcomes that come out of what you do? So, Barb, after you have dealt with youth and you see a change in them, what are some of the positives that you see?
Mainly, The ones that you can really relate to, or that you actually form a good relationship to, they come to school more often.
So improved attendance.
Right. And
Yes.
I just was, in fact, I just got a message from a girl today because I hadn't seen her in 3 days. And so I just Facebooked her and said I was worried about her, and she just messaged me back before I came in here that she's been sick. So I'm like, okay. But I think that the more time you can spend with the students informally, just talking and showing them that there's more to life, then the more they get inspired to want to do.
So
And plus, they see that I'm just a person, because
Yes.
most people see teachers as the authority.
Yes.
But when they walk into my office, I'm just a regular person.
Yes. So improve communication skills, improve
Right.
leadership skills, self-esteem,
Right.
Life skills. And so
Yes.
with all of those different outcomes, that's the funding that you also can receive. Okay? So again, I hope that you guys, that you're getting some ideas from the various kinds of funding that is available. Not only that you see other nonprofits getting, but there are opportunities within you and your family. And so what are some of the ideas that you've been sitting on? For instance, I always bring this up as far as the YMCA, because the YMCA, a simple idea to just do something about some athletes that were needing to just get rid of some steam, to do something about their anger. The YMCA, had it not been for them, we wouldn't know Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Lisa Leslie, we wouldn't know any of them that are playing basketball. We wouldn't even know who's the Clippers dude that all that just happened.
Right.
What's the Clippers dude, the former owner?
Sterling.
We wouldn't even know Donald Sterling.
Right.
And why is that? Because the YMCA invented basketball. But did they invent basketball with the idea that it would do what it is doing right now, that it would create multimillionaires, that it would be a game that is played all over the United States, that it would bring the revenue in to what happens, the revenue that is brought into cities. It would create the jobs that it creates. Did they have any idea that it would do that? Absolutely not. What they were doing, and it was the YMCA, had it not been for the YMCA and the invention of basketball, James Naismith, which is the one that created it, he brought the first basketball game to KU out in Kansas. Yay,
Lawrence.
go, it's Jayhawks.
Yes.
And so I was born in Kansas, actually, at KU Medical Center, and I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. So had it not been for him, we would not know any of those individuals, and basketball would not exist. And the reason why I'm going into this story is, what ideas are you sitting on that could end up impacting lives even hundreds of years after you are no longer here? So what happened was, these were players that they were in New England, and in the cold winters they were, inside, and they had cabin fever and were fussing and fighting. And so the dean told James Naismith, you need to do something, create some kind of game, some kind of activity that's going to help them, let off steam. And so he looked at all the different sports that were going on at the time, and football and all of those, and he wanted to create something that would keep them from getting hurt and not have that body-to-body contact. And so he took a soccer ball, and at each end of the gym, he put up a peach basket. And so that's what they used, and he christened it, called basketball. But at that time, they weren't even dribbling. They were just passing the ball and then would shoot it into the goal. So I'm telling that story to say that, again, it was created for something entirely different, and they were doing that in place of the main sport that they were wanting to do. So what ideas are you sitting on? What is burning inside of you? Because what I want to do is, I want to show you how, whatever that desire is, there's absolutely no way, and the way I believe, there's no way that God put that in you and you cannot survive off of it. I want to show you how you can do what you love until you're dirt again. See, when people retire, they retire from what it is that they don't like, and then they start doing what they do like. What I want you to do is, I would love for you to be working in your passion every single day. every day, because if all of us are starting to work more in our passion, do you realize that we're going to reduce domestic violence, child abuse, substance abuse, obesity, because all of these different things come about either because someone is angry, or it could be jealousy or insecurities or whatever. But when you're doing what you love, those things go by the wayside. So what is it that you love? What is it that you have put aside? Because statistics show that whatever you love, it shows up in you by the time you're 5 years old, whatever it is. And if it keeps showing up, no matter what it is, there is a way for you to get funding to do that. Right now, my granddaughter, she is such a talker, you guys. She does not shut up until she sleeps. I even think she talks in her sleep. And so I know that she's going to do something that is going, she may even do with her, I guess she may have gotten it from her grandmother, because I can go and I can talk for 8 hours straight.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
So now that I just think about it, she probably got it from somebody that I know very well. But the thing is that it shows up and it keeps showing up. And one of the things, and so she may end up following in her grandmother's footsteps. My grandson, not only does he love skateboarding, but he loves sports. He loves all kinds of things, and so he may end up going into sports, but you never know. But it always shows up. How often have you seen a child and they're 3 and 4 years old and you can look and say, that boy is going to do such and such, or that child is going to do this? And the reason why we end up not doing what we love is because someone says you need to get a real job, or maybe your father has been a fireman and so you're just following the trend of going into being a fireman. But is that what's burning in you? What I want to do is help you, whatever is burning in you, to operate in that every single day. And you can. You know why? Because there's a grant for that.
There's a grant for that.
No matter what it is. So again, this is Sherita with Drive Time with Sherita J. I am just so excited that you guys have been here with me. Do not email me. Don't email me after the show talking about you had a question, because I am not going to deal with it. I see that again, I want to thank Jacqueline Nunn, Carolyn Green, and Shana Gupta for you guys for reaching out and saying you like it, that you like me on Facebook, and happy birthday. I want to thank, well, hello.
Before we go,
all right.
I just want to say happy 55th birthday
Happy 55th.
to you. And so we say happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sherita. Happy birthday to you.
And many more.
Many more.
Look, I tried to blow this off in case y'all want to taste something. I didn't want to spit.
Have y'all seen, look, you got to see this.
This is gorgeous.
Isn't it?
Now, you guys, there's a restaurant that's right here at the station.
Yes,
you have gotten it. They have, for one, I get their turkey burgers. They have absolutely the best turkey burgers. I just want to thank you guys. I love this. I love this. Thank you, Sonny and Roscoe. Let's see. Can you see it?
Look how beautiful. Okay, minus the rolling strawberry. But the food is off the chain, you guys, and it's delicious.
And they did a wonderful, thank you guys. I want to thank my brother Sonny. That's Rufus Golf, my cousin Roscoe Kennedy, my cousin Carla Adams, my girl, my sister from another mother and father, Barb Engler Growney, my cousin Daryl Conway, my son and my daughter-in-law that just left here, my beautiful grandchildren, and for you guys. For those of you that have said some things on Facebook, again, this is Sherita J on Drive Time with Sherita J. Join me next Wednesday. We don't know what the show's going to be about, but I'm just going to give you a hint. I'll be in Chicago, Illinois, teaching at Chicago State, and so we're going to have some special guests up there. Join me. Have an absolutely phenomenal